It lacks originality. Everything's over edited.
All white like I'm missing. I got TZ in my switch. I dropped 2 guns in August. Why that mixtape too official? Got 2 of everything, 2 watches, 2 chains and 2 pistols. Not just 2 pistols, 2 crystal. Extend those longer than pencils. Fuck you, me. I go off my team. Boy, fuck you, dog.
Somebody was talking shit about the Trickshot community. Yeah, I see your videos, white boy. Keep talking that shit. You keep talking that shit, you're gonna see us pull up to your door. That's a wrist twist. 2011, bitch, and you're gonna see it soon. Keep talking shit.
No, the boss folks crazy. Be told the 3-8. I dare nigga try and play me. I'ma lay his ass down like he lazy, but giant for nothing.
So I just got off of work and I decided to jump on Twitter, and for whatever reason, there's a lot of talk today specifically concerning the CoD community and why it's dying. A lot of people are throwing out their theories and opinions, and one specifically is coming from Whiteboy7thst, and he's claiming that trickshotting has ruined the CoD community. Now, I'm not sure if he's actually trolling in this video, but what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna break this video down, and I'm going to respond to what I think of each point that he's making in this video, as I am a trickshotter myself and a longtime supporter of Whiteboy, because he was honestly one of my big inspirations for actually growing on YouTube. The way he came from, you know, a house in the ghetto, which is kind of like where I'm at, to actually becoming really successful off of YouTube. There's a lot of controversy and criticisms to be had of Whiteboy7thst himself, which we're not going to get into. We're going to focus on this video for now, and I'm just going to respond to it, as you know, I was kind of a trickshotter myself, not so much now, but I do a little more CSGO. But yeah, I just feel like it's important to say my piece, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it real quick with a quick response. See what Mr. Whiteboy7thst has to say.
I don't give a fuck about you.
Starting off this video strong with a bold statement saying that he doesn't give a fuck about me. Kind of hurts, being a long-time supporter of him and whatnot, but that's irrelevant.
Apparently, the views are down a lot. No one cares anymore.
Well, you seem to care.
So get off of our fucking game. You are ruining the experience for the casuals.
When you say our game, does that include you and your community of people that watch your videos, or just anybody that plays Call of Duty? I mean, it's my game. I bought it. Japanese Modern Warfare 2. Cost me $50. Yeah, I'm flexing. I don't really understand how this is directly ruining the experience for the casuals. If anything, it's making it easier for the casuals because all we're doing is spinning in the air.
I hate going into a public lobby, and then I got a trickshotter Billy on my team trying to get into a clan with a recruitment challenge.
A clan with a recruitment challenge?
Watching this back, if you're actually serious about this video, you are one pretentious cunt.
The recruitment challenge isn't doing anything for you. There's no success in trickshotting anymore because that shit is dead. It lacks originality. Everything's over edited. We've seen the same thing over and over. You can't do anything.
Well, if we take a look at the social blade of both Sword Gaming and Obey Alliance, which are two of the biggest Call of Duty teams out there, which granted aren't that huge, they're not on the level of FaZe, which is understandable. The trickshotting community isn't that gigantic. A lot of people that know of FaZe actually don't pay a lot of attention to the trickshot community, believe it or not. You can see that their video views are constantly going up. They're not decreasing. The amount of subscribers are going up. They're not decreasing. They're not necessarily falling off. The community, even if you've traced back a long time ago, the views aren't that significantly different. Now, the community isn't as fun and it's not as flourishing as it used to be, but the channels themselves aren't showing a sign of dying anytime soon. And if we're on the subject of doing the same thing over and over, the same argument can be had about your channel. How many years did you just upload Call of Duty commentaries on a daily basis? You did that a lot. You did the same thing over and over. If we look at your last 4 videos previous to your Call of Duty DLC rant, you have a top 5 plays, and then you have another top 5 plays, and then you have an assault tank gameplay, and then you have another tank gameplay. Isn't that kind of doing the same thing over and over? Now, whether you enjoy the content or not is subjective. Whether you think it's extremely repetitive or not, which I think it can be, is very subjective. So it's really hard to make the argument on whether that's good or not. But it's really not up to you, it's up to the people that watch the videos. Clearly there's an audience for it if the subs and the views are constantly going up.
Call of Duty is not a platform for creators anymore because everything has been done.
Well, I mean, if you want to get into the technicality of thing, no game is really a platform for creators. It's an experience that you go and you enjoy. You're making the argument that trickshotters are ruining it for casuals. Well, casuals aren't going on to create videos, they're just going on to play. This video is supposed to be why trickshotters ruin the community, but I'm not seeing a correlation between trickshotters ruining the community and it not being a platform for creators. If trickshotters are creators and they're making videos, aren't they contributing to the creation and promotion of the game? Fucking idiot.
Make COD great again needs to get rid of these bad people.
Here we go with the Make COD Great Again, the guy who is solely responsible for making the game better, for solely responsible for changing everything, not like other creators aren't getting thousands and millions of views to promote this kind of stuff.
They're bad people. Look at my replies. Everyone's saying, cancer, go get cancer, delete yourself, kill yourself, drink bleach. Who says that besides fucking 12-year-olds? You're ruining the experience for us.
Now, if you're trying to say that Trickshotters are the only people that make these kind of comments, I can scroll back to a video I made on this guy named Lance Stewart, and I got a lot of comments that are pretty negative, and they aren't Trickshotters. So these comments can come from anywhere, not just 12-year-old Trickshotters, if that's the assumption you're making.
The Trickshot community, based on the numbers, is literally 1% of 1%. No one is a fucking Trickshotter.
Well, in that case, it shouldn't be a big problem for you if we're not the mass majority of the game, right? If we barely populate the game with our trick-shotting, how is it that big of an issue? I haven't even really seen you bring up a point yet, and we're halfway through this video, of what trick-shotting actually does to the game that makes it so bad. You're really not saying why, you're just saying that we ruin it. And you got a bunch of cancer comments, but you're not really saying how trick-shotting has ruined the game. You can say that some trick-shotters are very toxic, but a lot of people in the Call of Duty community are toxic, not just trick-shotters. You can't lump us all together. And even if we weren't toxic and we were just the most chill people on Earth, how does this affect the game? You could make the argument if you have one kid trying to trick-shot in a game that's not in a party of 5 people and he's on your team and he's throwing the game by losing every round because he's trying to trick-shot when he's last alive on Search and Destroy. You can make the argument that that's bad for the game, but that doesn't really make trick-shotting as a whole bad. Like I said, if anything, if you have a party of 5 people on the other team spinning around killing themselves, it would make it easier for your team to get XP and do better in the game. So is that inherently bad? Sure, it may break the experience for like the one game that you play with the trick-shotters, but I wouldn't say that ruins the entire game
Anymore. So why are you fucking ruining the game for us? You are so greedy and so selfish that
this is where he's gonna explain to us why we're greedy and selfish because we trick shot in a video game.
you care about yourself more than the entire community because you want to be phased, but you're never gonna be phased. There's only one phase.
I really feel like you're just kind of talking out of your ass here. I don't see why you wanting to better your YouTube channel and join a big Call of Duty team makes you selfish. And I don't see how that hurts the community when you're doing nothing but promoting the game.
Alright, FaZe is the only successful trick shotters. Everybody else have fallen off significantly, so
Well, as I previously showed in the Social Blade numbers, nobody's really falling off significantly.
significantly.
I mean, and even people that aren't trick-shotting now, look at people who have come from the trick-shotting community that are so successful now. Look at Nuda and Tensor, all of the Call of Duty guys from FaZe that barely trick-shot now. They're all very successful, and that all came from trick-shotting. And it sounds like you're very supportive of FaZe in this video, but that would kind of flaw your entire argument you're trying to make here. You're trying to say that trick-shotting's bad, but then you're basically complimenting FaZe on being successful. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You're kind of contradicting yourself.
So please stop ruining the game. You're hurting millions of people for your own greed.
Well, I don't think the player base on a single console is millions of people, but I don't understand how trick-shotting in a video game is being greedy.
Because you want to have fun. Do that shit in a private match if you want to spin around and you're setting up the shots anyways.
Well, if we were setting up the shots, wouldn't that be like playing in a private match? Once again, I'm trying to make this connection in my head with setting up trick shots and ruining the experience of people playing the game when it would have nothing to do with them if you were setting up shots in a private.
You're spending 90% of your time going for these shots, dying consistently. When I invented trick shotting.
Alright, so this guy is taking full credit for trick shotting when he doesn't even trick shot, and he's going to sit here and criticize the trick-shotting community. What?
Many years ago, what I would do is I would play the objective, and that would lead me to a great opportunity where the people are stacked up in their spawn, and then that's when you can pull off the sick trick shots. But the trick-shotting community are 10 years old. They have a severe lack of any intelligence.
So basically what people are doing now to hit trick shots is what you apparently did before, but for some reason now it's bad and before it was okay. All you really seem to be doing here is throwing insults. You're insulting people on their age and their intelligence when that has nothing to do with the argument you're making. Like, you have to be trolling.
That's why they spend hours every day trying to hit these shots that no one cares about.
Social Blade numbers still going up. Somebody cares about them. I mean, they're spending hours on it because, I mean, you spend hours on video games. You do it because you enjoy it. They like trick shotting. That's what they enjoy. I don't see how it fucking matters to you. Which is the point that you should be trying to get across. I'm sorry I'm lowering my voice. I'm just getting a little confused here. Okay, the video ends. And that was the video. I really take this whole make COD great again and videos like this from him as a complete troll. I mean, he really didn't say anything. He just kept saying they're bad and they're stupid and they're bad because they're trick shotting and they're 10 years old and they're bad. It's bad for the community. But he really didn't state any real facts there. But anyways, I just want to make that quick response. White boy, if you want to bring legitimate criticism to a video, please just state legitimate facts and stop throwing direct insults at people who could be supporters of you. Not all trick shotters are 10-year-old brain dead kids. Some of us are 22 and we have a normal job and a normal life and we do this kind of stuff as a hobby because we enjoy it. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're a trick shotter, keep trick shotting. I don't care if the community is dead, it's alive. This guy has no dictation on how you decide to play the game. And if we're gonna make the argument about dead channels, how about we take a look at your dead subscribers? 2.5 million and you average about, holy shit, this views, your recent videos actually got some views, boy. We can scroll down and talk about how you are averaging between 20 to 30, 40, 50K a video and you have 2.5 million subscribers because you got a bunch of subscribers from giveaway and cheating your way onto the homepage of YouTube, but that could be a video for another time. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's been T, and I'm out. His Twitter says @VeryLeafy. He must be a Leafy fanboy.